Hello everyone and welcome to game number 1 in a series between Lucifer and Foggy. Foggy spawning as the red night elf over here on the bottom left hand side of the map. Meanwhile Lucifer spawning as the gray undead. Undead versus night elf, which seems to be a very common matchup as of late. Not quite I'm sure why that is the particular case, but hey, let's go ahead and enjoy what we're looking at here as we now see Foggy opening up with Altar of Elders and Moonwells. One thing I gotta say, I gotta watch these build orders a little bit more carefully, especially when I'm watching humans play. I've been skipping the first 2 minutes of games so often that I really forgot how to open up as a human player, which is rather silly and hilarious since it was something that I had memorized years and years ago. So I don't know if or when I will be doing another WarCraft 3 stream, but hopefully you guys do enjoy it, as we are now looking at Foggy still opening things up here, and it looks like he will be going for that Demon Hunter in just a moment. Moonwell construction just now done as the Demon Hunter is getting started. For those of you guys who are a little confused and didn't watch my Tuesday cast, this is in full 1080p widescreen support without the game actually being stretched. You see more of the game that's happening, and one of the things that I never really realized in this game is how Blizzard designed the game itself in order to create this 3D effect. One of the ways that they created this 3D effect is that there's actually a slight curvature to the map, so that the things in the center are slightly higher up. You never really notice it in the 4:3 aspect ratio, but once you get into the 16:9 or 16:10, it really does become a bit more prominent. That is the reason why it looks a little bit strange, because you are in fact seeing just a bit more. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at what Foggy's Ancient of War is doing. He is absorbing a fair bit of damage, and now this Ogre Warrior will end up falling. Ogre Warrior falls. You can see the Demon Hunter picking up that Ring of Protection +2. Gonna finish off this Forest Troll Trapper, and then perhaps make his way back off to the north. Nope, finish off this Forest Troll Trapper next as well. There is one Wisp hiding over here in kind of plain sight, but he is nestled in behind a layer of trees. That means that it is going to be very difficult to get to this one particular Wisp. As you now see, there is a Crypt Fiend nearby, and because of that Crypt Fiend, that Wisp is going to back off. Death Knight still not out yet. We are looking at close to the 2-minute 45-second mark, as Lucifer is going to be opening up with Crypt Fiends, obviously. Demon Hunter quickly makes his way off over here, and it looks as though the Demon Hunter, I believe, well, I guess that's a 5-3 or a 3-3-3 creep camp, hence the reason why this Demon Hunter is not as close to level 2 as I would have originally thought. Demon Hunter now, however, has picked up a Circlet of Nobility. With that Ring of Protection +2, he has negated a small amount of damage, and, well, hopefully that will work out in his favor. Forest Troll Trapper is going to be the last unit to fall here. Foggy is going to be forced to drain his Moonwells in order to heal back up this Demon Hunter and get him into position, most likely dropping that Circlet of Nobility once more. Now, Lucifer does have a Sacrificial Skull. He does have Claws of Attack +6, and I'm really curious as to the use of this Sacrificial Skull. The units of the Undead do have increased regeneration while on Blight, and that is one of the reasons why the Sacrificial Skull is often used. Other reasons can be if you want to try and tower your opponent, you can only place buildings down on Blight. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's happening here. Forest Troll, High Priest quickly taken out. Wand of Illusion, Death Knight now making his rounds as well, as this one particular Death Knight is going to be looking around all across the map. Demon Hunter sitting at level 2, gonna be very, very close to level 3 after this Huntsman is done. Probably about 100 experience, no, not even 68 experience away, as he now makes his way down into this position here next to the Mercenary Creep Camps. Forest Troll, Berserker, and a Shadow Priest has been picked up, as the Demon Hunter needs to get healed. This Rock Golem has taken a fair bit of damage. Death Knight now coming around, and does he realize it is an illusion? Yes, he does, by clicking on it and knowing that no damage is really being dealt. Alright, Forest Troll, High Priest gonna get taken out. You can see back down across over here, and another illusion is there. Meanwhile, we do have Blight being placed down here outside of this Goblin Merchant camp. This is going to help with regeneration on that Death Knight. You can see the Death Knight regeneration similar to as though he was wearing a Ring of Regeneration. Tome of Knowledge also going to be dropped down as the Death Knight gets to level 3. Death Knight at level 3 with Claws of Attack +6. Also very important, he has stolen a good bit of experience by taking out the Far Goblin Merchant Shop. Now, he does have an opportunity to try and clear out this Ogre Magi creep camp, but with the illusion trailing behind this Demon Hunter, he knows that that is not a very easy option. Death Coil onto a Wisp, quickly taken out. Death Knight still looking very strong here as he picks up Dust of Appearance and is waiting for the Halls of the Dead to complete in order to train a Lich or grab a Naga Sea Witch. Now, the Slaughterhouse should be coming in momentarily as well. There is a Panda, but I do question Foggy's thought process in picking up a Panda at this point. The Breath of Fire is not that strong against mass Crypt Fiends. Crypt Fiends, yes, they do huddle together, but they are a little bit larger and they have higher base hit points. It is very difficult to blow down a lot of these Crypt Fiends, even if you hit multiple units, as opposed to, say, Ghouls, which do also clump together, and because of their smaller collision radius, they you can hit more of those units at the same time. Now, it looks as though the Death Knight quickly realizes that there is not an expansion off over here. A Wisp is hiding down over here just in case it does want to grab one, as we see the Demon Hunter sitting off here outside this Goblin Merchant Shop. Meanwhile, back off to the north, Panda gonna clear out this 533 creep camp very, very easily. And now we see the Demon Hunter in a little bit of trouble. All right, Cloak, or excuse me, not Cloak, the Cold Arrows quickly doing a bit of damage onto the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter may decide to run back around. No, he is not. He is not going to be able to stop this Ogre Magi creep camp being cleared. And depending on the item that is dropped here, Lucifer may decide to just press forward. It is going to be a Scroll of the Beast, not necessarily the item he was looking for. A Scroll of the Beast is useful, but is often removed by Dryads very, very quickly. Moonwell coming into play. Bears currently being trained up, as well as the Death Knight is going to come across the Panda. Panda now down to 172 hit points. Are we going to see a Cold Arrow Death Coil? That is going to be the big question. Death Knight now trying to catch up here. You can see the units, or some of these units are already getting picked apart here. Those Cold Arrows making it very difficult for the units to fall, as the Crypt Fiend's going to get in some easy shots here. Crypt Fiends, Dryad down to 188 after just a handful of attacks from those Crypt Fiends, and their very, very high, very slow attack speed, piercing damage. Demon Hunter going to be heading back down here to the south in just a second. Ancient of War in position to tank much of that damage, as Abolish Magic does go down on the Panda, who had a rejuvenation. Back off to the north, Rock Golem going to be taking a little bit of damage as well. It looks as though a Lich has not been started, as the Black Citadel is not done. Death Knight gonna finish off a Rock Golem here. There it goes. Picks up a Robe of the Magi. Could be given to the Naga Sea Witch, as the primary attribute is in fact intelligence, as a Death Coil and a handful of other spells do come down on that Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter perhaps gonna go for a mana burn here on the Naga Sea Witch. Not gonna be happening. Oh, does mana burn 10 mana. Not that big of a deal, as the Death Knight should be giving the Robe of Magi to that Naga Sea Witch here in just a moment, plus 6 additional damage. Also, faster mana regeneration as well. All right, Tome of Intelligence now ready to go. Let's see what's going to be happening back off over here. Naga Sea Witch, Claws of Attack plus 6, Gloves of Haste, attacking at a faster speed and able to slow down and pick off units if the need arises. Ogre Mauler going to be coming down the ramp here, and it most likely will end up getting frozen or at least slowed up a bit. Meanwhile, back down over here to the south, Foggy now has a level 3 Panda, and that Panda has been able to engage freely without any serious deterrent from the Undead army. Curious as to what Lucifer's follow-up play is going to be here. He cannot afford to really go up against those high-level heroes. Level 2 Breath of Fire, or even worse, level 3 Breath of Fire, is going to be able to deal a lot of damage there. All right, let's take a look at it. Ogre Magi gonna slip away. There goes a Forest Troll High Priest. There's an Ankh of Reincarnation. Death Knight now looking fairly strong. Potion of Invulnerability now on the Naga Sea Witch, as the units are now looking to pull back once more. It looks like the Ogre Lord could have been taken down. Yes, it is a Medallion of Courage, increased strength and attack, as the Panda now looking to back off here. Skeletal minions quickly spotted. Bears joining in on the fight as we now see off to the north Nagasi, which may try to go for a couple of cold arrows. All right, there is some attacking there. Cold arrows now raining down onto that Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter taking a little bit of damage once more. Nagasiwich just outside of 3 as we are not looking at an additional hero. All right, what you see is, no, excuse me, take it back. Lich is off in the back over there. Orb of Corruption with Scroll of Healing. Very, very powerful debuff. One of the best, one of the best items that you can buy from the Tomb of Relics or any personal shop. Orb of Venom, probably a very close second in terms of effectiveness. Death Knight now heading his way off to the top left over here, may be able to clear out a red creep camp. There is a Wisp sitting right there, though, so that is going to be spotted out relatively fast. Meanwhile, back down to the south, Demon Hunter still wandering around once more. Death Knight quickly gets a Death Coil off onto the Wisp. It gets taken out as the Death Knight now looks to head back home. However, what is happening here? Foggy looks like he is going to be bringing in his Night Elf army to try and slow things down. Nagasiwich now sitting at 3. Lich currently sitting at 1. Halfway to 2 as we are looking at a bit of a creep jack or a counter creep jack here. Staff of Preservation quickly used to try and preserve the health of that Dryad. He is sent back home. Perhaps some Moonwell will help him here once more as we are looking at a lot of Crypt Fiend damage to try and put pressure. The Dryads are in a strange spot. They are the majority of the damage dealer, but they are weak against the main army of the Undead. All right, Destroyers now ready to go. Here we go. Maximum or high mana there. Devour Magic. Going after some units. Staff of Preservation, Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire, as we also saw Devour Magic. All right, there goes another Shockwave. Ogre Lord getting in some damage here. There goes one bear. Another bear could get taken down. No, going after some archers instead, and it looks as though the Destroyers getting relatively low on life. Another bear does get taken out as unit after unit is falling. Undead just doing a great job picking off these units as Lucifer devours magic once more to try and finish off more units. There goes one Crypt Fiend. But at what cost? There are still a handful of Crypt Fiends alive. Lich is still fighting. There goes another Crypt Fiend as the Panda now sitting at 4. Archers are falling as well. Both sides losing a lot of units. This is turning definitely into a war of attrition. Staff of Teleportation, or Staff of Preservation, followed by Scroll of Town Portal, excuse me. As the units all do back off. Death Knight sitting at 4. Nagasiwich at 3. Lich is sitting at 2. Death Knight picks up a Helm of Valor, getting +4 strength and +4 agility. Tome of Intelligence also being left behind. Death Knight sitting at level 4. Ready to go. Demon Hunter could be turning around that corner and perhaps entering a creepjack situation for the Undead. No real sighting as of yet. Dryads are still wandering around here, and it looks as though the Obsidian statues are going to end up getting caught here. However, not very many units are left alive. We're going to see a quick turnaround. There is a mana burn there. Crypt Fiend is trying to fight back. Bear is right there as well. As you see, a quick roar does go down. Death Knight now needs to back off. There's a Death Coil onto a unit, saves it. Gargantuan Sea Turtle still saving a bit of, or taking a bit of damage here, as the Destroyer is still in that front line. All right, it looks as though no one really wants to fight against this, as we are now looking at a Talisman of Evasion in addition to the Helm of Valor. Things ready to go. The Dryads, the Destroyers up in the air. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire, not really hitting that much. The units in the back are, well, some of them are getting burned just a bit as the Death Knight now teleports back home with no real losses on the map. Supply count 49/70 compared to 50/70. We are now neck and neck, pretty much dead even in this matchup, as we're looking at any small advantage which could translate into victory. Level 1 weapons upgrade, level 3 weapons upgrade about to be completed, going up against 1-1, maybe perhaps 1-2 here in just a 1-1, and now with Ultra Vision now being researched, not having that earlier probably does hurt, as having that just a little bit earlier means that those Moonwells would be much more full at this point. Dryads arriving to the party quickly, taking a lot of damage, down to 119, down to 58. 1 or 2 more shots would have done it from the Crypt Fiends, as the Dryads now look to back off. All right, Gargantuan Sea Turtle in a bit of trouble trying to head back home. Death Knight, Crypt Fiends are all across over here. In comes the attack. Death Knight, I believe he does steal there. Breath of Fire going across as the Devour magic does go down. All right, Death Knight still looking to perhaps finish off some units. Staff of Preservation saves one as the Bears are now getting absolutely focused fired down. Bears extremely weak. Let's take a look at this. Is the Demon Hunter going to be able to save the Panda? Yes. Potion of Invulnerability was used. Lich now taking a lot of damage. Breath of Fire once more coming through. Demon Hunter in trouble, and it does get taken down. After saving the Panda, the Demon Hunter falls at level 4. Wait. Ankh of Reincarnation on that Demon Hunter. Wait, did he resurrect? Yeah, it looked like he resurrected. So Ankh of Reincarnation on that Demon Hunter allowed him to come back into the game. But that bear just simply walked towards a very, very unfavorable position as the Destroyers are now going after some of these units. As long as the Death Knight is the unit that is targeted, this is not going to go very well. The Dryads, however, would be forced to get closer to those Destroyers. And with the small handful of Crypt Fiends that are supporting them, the Crypt Fiends can take down the Dryads before the Dryads can take down those Destroyers. Demon Hunter heading back off from the north. Reinforcements are coming in. Mana Burn, Staff of Preservation. Demon Hunter still looking to engage right here. Breath of Fire going across another Staff of Preservation. So constant units are being preserved here throughout this fight. It looks like a bear is going to fall. There goes one bear. Abomination could fall as well. It needs to back off. It is going to quickly burrow. And we are now looking at the Death Knight. Looking fairly strong, even though he is a little bit behind on hit points. All right, Nightfall has come to an end. Death Knight now needs to back away. You can see Skeletal Minions are currently just burrowing themselves. Oh, he needs to go back into the ground. And it looks like another two Crypt Fiends at the hands of a Breath of Fire. All right, Panda still sitting at level 5. Staff of Preservation as the Demon Hunter is still hiding off to the side here. Death Knight cannot use I repeat, cannot use any mana right now. No easy way to use mana for that easy, quick kill. All right, Lich taking a little bit of damage. Crypt Fiends going damage after that Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter still wandering back around over here. That Demon Hunter has no choice except for to semi-engage and then back away when the going gets tough.
A town is under siege.
Panda has fallen now at level 4. Naga Sea Witch has fallen off at level 4 as well, but the main bulk of the action is happening here over on the bottom left. Foggy is in trouble, and there is the GG. Foggy loses game 1 in this series. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.